In this example, I'm going to show you how to rewrite text. So in the first example, I showed you how to level the text, and in this example, I'm going to show you how to rewrite the text. So I'm simply going to copy and paste my solar flare article that I found on a website. But in this case, instead of leveling the text, which this is an 8th grade text, I want to take the text and I want to rewrite it. And MagicSchool is great at providing you prompts so that you don't have to constantly be thinking like, okay, so how am I going to rewrite this? This example says rewrite so that it's in different words, it's half as long, it includes the following details. So what I'm going to say is it uses the different words at a level of a 5th grader with limited vocabulary. Use bullet points as much as possible. All right, and I'm going to generate. The way that it rewrote it makes it a little bit easier for someone to be able to read this and maybe grab the facts. Okay, if you look at the original prompt, that stays the same. But for someone who may need help with understanding the content, someone who might need help because they can't read well, okay? You might have a child who's struggling with maybe a recently diagnosed eye condition, and so we know that bullet points, the font type, and all kinds of, other ways to adjust the text can be very helpful. The other thing that it does here is it allows me to kind of categorize the article into different sections. And so again, sometimes you don't want to necessarily change the level of the text, but you just want to organize the information in a different way. Okay, now here I see that notable solar events. You can see that it messed up a little bit. Like I would, if I were going to use this for information for students, I would copy in or export the text maybe into a Google Doc and then just fix some of these categories and solar events and then have bullet points underneath them. But you can see that this is very different than just leveling the text. Okay, and while we're at it, so that was a text rewriter. So understand text rewriter is different than text leveler. And then text scaffolder, so let's take the same content and place it in here. I'm going to say I want it at a 5th grade level. Number of literals. So what this will do is take any text and scaffold it for those who are behind a grade level. So this is going to make it easier for my students to actually work with the text. Maximum vocabulary words defined, so this will also grab vocab words for me. So I can use it with my students maybe as background information. So here we go. This is my text scaffolder. It's giving me the vocab so I can go over that with students before we even get into the information. Here are some questions that I can ask them as well as they're going through the text. Okay. You would use text scaffolder to pull out information that would be helpful to students for them to work with the text both before and after they read the text. You want students to be able to read the text as is, and so you're just going to do some pre and post work with them to make sure that they understand the information. The text scaffolder is not releveling the text, it's not making the questions simpler, but it will add those extra supports that you can place into Google Classroom or to work with students in a small group. There are many other ways to use MagicSchool AI tools to help you with text. Feel free to explore when you have a chance.